Craig Sullivan, are you okay? You look a little spaced out to me.
I'm in the bunker. What can I say? I've got to hide out today, Glenn.
All right. Say hello to Dick Cheney for me. Hey, everybody. Oh, my God. Darth Vader.
Glenn,
This is not a good...
Glenn, I am your father.
Look,
Join me.
I know
we
what
can rule the internet.
I know what you did to my friend Han Solo over here. I've got him miniaturized in carbonite. I'm really uncomfortable with this, Mr. Vader. Well, that's even scarier, dude.
It is.
Oh, my God. Craig Sullivan, the true face of evil. So great to see you tonight, my friend. Welcome, everybody, to Friday Night Audit, our favorite time of the week. A chance for us to kick back, have a good time, and, have some cocktails. I'm really looking forward to doing that sort of a thing. Everybody's coming along. We're getting a group here on all of our different channels coming on. So hello, everybody. I hope everyone's doing well this evening. How are you?
Everybody's great.
Yeah, man. That's all right. So, this is our 6th week doing the show. I really appreciate it. And we're going to make our cocktail in just a few minutes. And, of course, tonight we're making a French Kiss Martini. I'm really excited about it tonight, Craig. We're going to be discussing, I think, all those positive vibes we're starting to see around the hospitality business. Plus, we're going to focus on the best day trips we've ever taken while at a conference. And, of course, lots more, too. And please, guys, do us a favor. Share this show wherever you're watching it with. Please share it on this channel. Let the world know that we're having some cocktails. We're having some fun. We are going to have a lot of laughs, too. Just like this one. Oh, yeah, it's a true comedy brigade over here. So, Craig, we got a very, very special guest today, don't we?
We do. We've got Miss Amy Montgomery. She is the Director of Business Development at Humphrey Rich Contracting, and she is our #1 fan.
Oh, my God.
So, Amy, how are you?
#1 fan. Hello. Woo-hoo.
Welcome.
So great to see you. How are you this evening, Amy?
Doing well, sir. Doing well. Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm absolutely delighted that you're here tonight. So, all right. So tonight, Amy, you decided to pick a drink called the French Kiss Martini. How exciting is that? How delicious is that? And I think what the really good news is you are going to show us how to do it. I think we got to go to a different view over here. Let's go to this view so we can see more of what we are.
All this here.
Yep. So tell us a little bit about the French Kiss Martini. What do you like about the French Kiss Martini? Why did you select this as the drink of the week here?
Well, I'll tell you, it came from when my husband and I were on our honeymoon in Jamaica, in Montego Bay.
Ooh.
And when we arrived at the Rio hotel, we were greeted. Everybody's greeted with a French kiss, and they blend it more like a pina colada, than not more like a martini, but it was really, really spiked. It was really strong. So we're thinking this is our drink for the entire time we were down there. And then after a while, they were just sprinkling alcohol on the top, like sprinkles. And we kept saying to the bartenders, add more, and they wouldn't. So about 3 days into our honeymoon, we realized we have vodka, Appleton, Jamaican rum, gin, and tequila on tap for free, unlimited in our room.
Wow.
So we have, it was there all the time, but it just didn't dawn on us. So we had these, little 8-ounce water bottles, and we sat there like, 2 kids, hooked on crack cocaine, one little thing at a time. It took us like 15 minutes to fill up one of those 8-ounces of rum. And then we took it to the beach, and, there you go. We're all dreamy eyed and enjoying ourselves just, with French kisses. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's after a few kisses.
Excellent. So I'm glad we're making a French kiss. It's a little more appropriate than the Australian kiss, when we all know where that punchline leads to. So I know. So Amy, take us through how to make this particular drink. So I've got myself a little mixer here.
Okay, you need a mixer. I'm sorry for the sun's coming in. It'll go away here in a minute.
Yeah.
Right, so you have your mixer. So you put some ice in it.
Yep.
The recipe is 1.5 ounces of vodka, which is really a little more than I use a whole jigger. So we put, let's get this together here. So here's the raspberry, if whatever kind of vodka you want, doesn't really matter.
Yep.
So you're going to we got that. Let's see, there's
Black
one and a half. There's that. This here. And then you have this lovely stuff, Chambord.
Yeah.
And you're going to put in a 1 ounce of that, or in my case, a jigger, because I'm sharing this with my husband. So this is like a double dose here. Here we go.
Yeah.
And then
wife. Sure. That's what I'm doing. Hey, Michael Fenster. Great that you're joining us. I'm glad that I put this on the personal page too. All right. What do you now? It's the part here.
And then we've got pineapple juice. Okay, so this is 6 ounces. 3 ounces is the recipe, but again, I'm doubling it because I'm sharing this with my hubby.
So a little pro tip here, everybody. I'm too cheap to buy the pineapple juice. I couldn't find it in the 6 ounce container. I could only find it in the big giant jug. So I went out and I bought myself some pineapple chunks in actual pineapple juice, so I could just go ahead.
Oh, thank you.
Pineapple juice in here, and then still after that have a little bit of a reward afterwards of some pineapple. I'm excited.
All right, you ready? You ready to shake it up?
Wait, I gotta wrap this up. Hold on 1 second. All right.
You ready? You gotta give it a real good shake. You ready? Let's go.
Woo. I've never looked good doing this. I'll tell you what.
All right.
All right.
Now pour that baby.
All right.
Here we go.
I'm ready to drink that baby.
Oh, I think I got more than you, honey. I'm sorry.
Look at that, baby.
Is that pretty or what?
Very good. Very good, Glenn.
No, Craig.
All right.
Some Suzanne. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. You make one for me.
Yep, right there.
Thank you.
That is refreshing.
Uh-oh. That is dangerously good.
Yeah.
Is that good or what?
That is really good.
Wow, I did not expect the cocktail to be so good.
Yeah, that
It's not overly sweet compared to what all's in it.
Wow. Wow.
So what we're gonna do is after you guys have a couple of these, we're gonna take a separate shot similar to this, but it's gonna be you three glassy-eyed on the camera.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Glenn and I will have to take our glasses off and get real close to the camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I'm glad you like it.
So, Amy, tell us about your construction company.
Oh, okay. Well, so Humphrey Rich Construction. So we are a family-owned business. Started back in 2002, building PNC banks and Chevy Chase banks when brick and mortar was really popular. We were building them all over the country, and over time we morphed into hospitality and doing renovations for various groups.
Right.
So the predominant part of our business is renovations, PIPs, additions.
Yep.
And really, the older the building, the more interesting and exciting for us, because we really do a great job with historic and old buildings. Like up in your neck of the woods, Glenn, we've renovated the Carlisle, top to bottom. Mm-hmm. One Broadway, which was built in 1880-ish. The Parker, we're there as well. Out your way, Glenn, to the Pachanga Casino Resort. We're out in California. So we're nationwide. Yeah, we go all over the country, and we really go where our clients take us. And, so that's about it.
That's awesome. All right. So speaking about California, there's some exciting news coming out of California, but we have to, Craig, you know what?
Forgot it.
I forgot to do. What the hell is wrong with me? I cannot get that right at all.
Off.
Friday. It's Friday.
Yeah. I want everybody to know now that Dave has got a full-time job and he's not going to be on the No Vacancy Live every day. Expect more colossal fuck-ups just like that right now. But I'm not going to screw this next one up. No, we're going to make this next segment official. That's right. It's the Friday Night News Audit. All right. We don't have all that much news to say. We can talk about all that hospitality news that everybody's been talking about all week, but what the hell? I got a whole show just for that kind of crap. I got to talk about the fun stuff. The world is reopening, Craig. California theme parks, they're coming back. Now, all of us may not like those roller coasters. We may not like having fun. Heck, we may not like those long lines or whatever, but symbolically, how awesome is this, Craig Sullivan?
You know, it is just the uplift for everybody in California, and I really think across the country. Our friends at Knott's Berry Farm announced earlier this month that they're hiring over 1,700 new employees for this season. So that's a tremendous boost, not only in the local economy, but for people getting back to work. Then we've got Disneyland's opening up on the 30th, so both parks will be open then, which is tremendous. And then later this year, when Glenn's out here for Click 5 live and in person, we're going to Disneyland the day after.
Man. Come October. Ed had just said that he loves roller coasters.
Here's the real question.
Yes, he does.
I think the viewers should throw some numbers out there. When Glenn goes out for Click 5 and they go to Disneyland, how many French Kiss Martinis should Craig and Glenn drink before getting on the roller coasters? Throw some numbers out there, viewers. Let me see them.
It's a big bottle.
Yeah. Ed is asking, what if there's no news on Friday night? Ed, we're trying to keep it light with the news around here, and we're kind of just making it up as we go along. No real serious news, Dave.
If Glenn and Craig have some French Martini kisses before going on Disneyland, there'll be some real big news on a Friday night. Suzanne says 5, so the challenge has been set, guys.
Wow.
Suzanne,
I don't know if I can do 5 and go on the Matterhorn, okay?
I'm a little nervous about doing 5. I don't know if I can handle that. I could handle a couple, though. One of the things that I love about going to Florida and Epcot is, of course, going around, drinking around the world and trying to accomplish that. 1 year, wifey tried doing that. We were collecting souvenir beer glasses as we went throughout the entire thing. Collected a lot of glasses that night and really showed great parenting skills to our children who were with us. That was a very special evening for all of us.
Well, I have to admit, since Alicia did the whole tequila thing last week, I was originally thinking I would do tequila shots with some Hornitos Black Barrel.
Yep.
But since someday my 19-year-old daughter may watch this video, I didn't want to be mom of the year taking shots of alcohol.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
This is a little more dainty.
Fortunately, my family has no interest in anything I ever do. So I can do anything, say anything. They will never know about it. In fact, the more I do on air, the less they know about me. So it works out pretty well.
Don't forget, Glenn's family actually is allowed access to the main floor. He has this great background, but he's really down in the basement.
I to climb out of it. Oh, the tequila bar in Mexico. I love the tequila bar at Mexico. That place
very good. Yeah.
Have to be full. I also like when there's a great place. There's a little hidden spot in Epcot in the Japanese pavilion, all the way in the back with the sake bar. That is awesome. And they don't have the warm sake. Oh, that's gonna be a future drink, I think, soon enough. So, sake is by far my favorite alcohol. It makes me happy. It makes me smiley. It makes me really love life, and it's just beautiful. And the thing about a great sake is it burns off, and you don't have a horrible hangover the next day. Craig?
Does that mean we're gonna have sushi too?
We could do that on air one night. Yeah, maybe I'll roll my own or something like that.
Hey. We're both using LED lights, so we don't have a heat problem and it going bad. So,
Craig, every time I look at you, I have a heat problem because you are hot.
So does that mean
not anymore? I'm just old.
Well, you can't hide hot, right?
Does that mean that it's going to become the Houseman Pool Club and Smokehouse with sushi bar?
Yes, and a sakery. I don't know. Yes, it is. It is.
I think that's a good idea.
So, breaking news, everybody. Turns out, Dave, you're a loser, and we want to make this a big featured segment. I didn't come up with any graphics for it because,
this is good enough graphic right here.
So last week you came on here, you made a big deal about it. You're like, oh, I'm going to Chicago for a whole day. We're going to make a big segment about it next week. Well, it's going to be great. I'm going to go to this place. I'm going to go to that place. What are you doing tomorrow?
I am staying home. I have decided, after being fired unceremoniously from No Vacancy Live, that I can no longer afford to go. So I'm going to sit in my room in a deep depression watching old YouTube No Vacancy Lives.
To be fair, you weren't fired unceremoniously. There was a lot of pomp and circumstance around it. So I thought it was a very satisfying, memorable experience for me. Sorry you didn't feel the same way about it.
No, I unfortunately I had a last minute errand that I have to run prior to getting a job, so I had to stay home for the weekend and complete that task. But I can report on that task next week, and I will be making my trip to Chicago in short order.
And the fact is, it is a mysterious task. I know what it is, and it will be story worthy next week, I assume. We'll see what happens.
It better be after everything that's gone into it. Let's just put it that way.
All right, we can't keep talking about it. Otherwise, we're going to be the jerks about I hate when people are on air talking about stuff that everybody else is not supposed to know about. I can't.
It's supposed to be. It's called a tease, Glenn. You're supposed to tease them for the next show so they come back.
No, I get that. And you guys will be back next week because, wow, Dave tells a great story. I mean, I drag
it on. I make it planned. Let me tell you guys, I can tell a story.
At least. So almost news, as exciting as Disneyland opening next week. I'm flying down to Florida next week. I'm doing some on-location shows over at down in Jacksonville, Florida with our good friend Chris Green over at Chesapeake. So I'm doing a job. But more importantly, I got upgraded on my flight next week. Thank God I don't have to sit in the back of the plane. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling the love. I haven't been on a plane since September. So thank goodness for that
There
one.
you go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they say a plane's the safest place to be these days with all the fresh air coming in.
Yeah, it really is. They just want me sitting out on the wing, so I'll have plenty.
I hope there's no fresh air coming into your plane as you're flying.
I mean, how it recirculates, you know.
Actually, my understanding is there is air that comes in through the engines and stuff like that, right? And it
gets filtered in, filtered out.
Through
Yeah,
through that whole thing. But either way, Glenn, just be happy.
Yeah.
On this particular flight, you made the cut on Delta Premium or whatever else you're flying. Just know that when actual business travelers get back to business, you're getting kicked right to the back of the plane.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
You'll be right next to me on the wing.
I know. I know. William Shatner will be like, "There's a man on the wing of the plane." I'll be like, "Hey."
Exactly. Just think of that.
Oh, the Twilight Zone. That was so freaky. Oh my gosh.
I could have gone with John Lithgow for the movie version, but that's nobody remembers that.
Got to go classic. Yeah, nobody remembered that, Glenn.
Amy, this drink is so freaking good.
Oh,
I know. And see, the phone stays at the top. Is it on yours too?
Mine's almost gone already. This is not good. I didn't plan right. I only got one of these for the vodka. It's a Ciroc vodka, and I have Sean Diddy Combs' ownership in this thing, and I think he's one of the worst human beings alive, and I didn't want to support him. But I put my morals aside because to get the next, this was $2.99. To get the next size was much bigger. It was like $20. So I'm like, I don't want everybody to know that I only say that because I knew him personally and I worked with him and his people back in the 1990s when he was at the height of his fame. And he was horrible, miserable, disgusting to everybody that worked for him. People worked so hard for him. They worked for him 24 hours a day, and they got paid crap. They got treated like crap, and he was so obnoxious and rude to them, and I just couldn't stand it. But yeah,
I was looking up something online, so I tuned out for a second. Are you talking about you running No Vacancy Live?
No, I'm talking about Sean Combs. Diddy Combs? Or am I treating you that way too? The cycle repeats itself. Oh my God. I didn't even realize, Dave. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. I guess that's why you were fired, because you're way too straight up there.
I know, I'm sorry. But listen, I have nothing else to lose now, right? But listen, guys, this is why I was kind of tuned out for a second, because I did find an accurate picture of Glenn Houseman on his last flight overseas. So
Oh man.
Leave it to Glenn and PA. There you go.
That was me trying to escape Europe. I couldn't take it anymore.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, the Europeans are way too happy and enjoy life too much. I couldn't deal with it. Yeah, that was a good one, Dave. And I guess you're still not coming back next week. Well, unless, maybe I'll make some phone calls and we'll see what happens to your full-time job.
I got to go out with a bang. Let me just tell you.
Looks like that guy did.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. All right, so one of the things that we wanted to talk about tonight, and I'd love for each and every one of you out there that are watching to share your stories with us too. What is the best day trip you ever took during a business conference? So maybe you came in a day early, you stayed a day or two late, maybe you just ignored the whole darn thing and just went out and about and did your own thing. So I'd love to hear what best stories are. Dave, I'm sure you don't have a story, but why don't you just tell us how you don't get to ever go anywhere, so you don't have any stories or a life?
Well, there was one great story going to an NYU conference for the certain Glenn Houseman, and just walking around New York City all night. But that's about as extensive as my stories go.
All right, to be fair, it was not a good situation. It was the worst story ever. Typically, what we do is we go around and we crash all the parties that are there. For some reason, everybody seems to know who I am in our little universe, but nobody ever invites me to any events. So I just help myself and I show up to all of these events. And usually I just walk in and it's never a problem. But for some reason, that was not the case. So it was me and a couple of other of our crew and stuff like that, names that you guys all out there know. And we're going, we go to a party and we got Dave here. And, I guess we're trying to say, oh, you're trying to show off. Hey, yeah, we're awesome. Hang out with us. First party, rejected. They would not let us in. So we're like, all right, let's go to the next party. Rejected. They would not let us in. Then we go to a third party. Nope, sorry, you are not welcome here. In 20 plus years at that time in the hospitality business, I had never gotten rejected from any parties. And not one, not two, but 3 times we were told to piss off in one night. It was hysterical.
And Glenn wants to call me the loser.
You already know that I'm just doing that in order to shift it onto someone else so I don't have to expect the reality of how I really am.
I wasn't even going to tell the whole story. I was just going to leave it at that. You're the one who wanted to dive into the whole experience. Honestly, that was a great time. I actually really enjoyed myself. We did have a great time.
Yep.
I think
you went to an Irish pub after that, right?
I think so. Yeah, we ended up going to the Hilton party, I think.
We started at the Hilton party.
Yeah, we had a great time, and then we moved around, got bounced out, and then we ended up just going to some hole in the wall, joining our sadness.
Yeah, that's for sure. Amy, why don't you tell us the story?
Well, I was trying to think back because it's been so long since I've been to a conference. You're going to Chicago, David. Back in the day when I was in contract furniture, I went to NeoCon, which is a Chicago trade show every year for like 20 years in a row. So I love Chicago. But I think one of my favorite,
not
places.
One, not two, but 3 times we were told to piss off in one. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
What is going to happen next week when I'm
gone?
Am
I in a time warp?
Yeah. That was all
amateur hour over here.
It's going to get worse next week. Tune into No Vacancy Live next week to watch me colossally fuck up every single day. So that should be awesome. Guests are me, my embarrassment, my personal shame coming all next week. Amy, sorry to interrupt you.
That's okay. That's okay. But I don't have really any kind of weird story, but I did love playing golf in Palm Springs, California. We were out. I don't remember the name of the hotel. It was so many years ago. It's probably changed hands by now. But that was a lot of fun. It was really pretty. And also in Jamaica. Actually, no, wait a minute. Jamaica, yes, because the first time I went to Jamaica was on a cruise with a company, and it was a big, corporate event. And yeah, we played White Witch. I don't know if you've ever, heard of that golf course, but it's the most beautiful course in the Western Hemisphere. John Wayne had a house on the course. It's a very difficult course. You have to have caddies, and you have all these beautiful Jamaican people, out there telling you where to hit the ball, man. Trust me, man. I'm like,
I'm on.
You want me to hit it left, and the cup is on the right. Trust me, man. And sure enough, there it goes. They knew those greens like nothing. So I played a lot of golf.
You definitely know things about green stuff. That's for sure.
Yes. So that was fun.
Yeah.
That's kind of boring. Sorry.
No, that is not boring. Now, I got to go on a trip once to Jamaica. I think it was like 1997, 1998 or something like that. And the funny thing about industry press trips, now this is not kind of where I've settled up in the industry. This was more like consumer, travel agent magazines, that kind of universe. So I guess I was in my late 20s at the time. So it was me and something like 10 old ladies and me all on this press trip. It was the most interesting press trip I ever took in my life. Just, but I was such a good boy at that time to all of them, and they really liked them. They kept pinching my cheeks, telling me how cute I was. But I know it was so, I love Jamaica so
much. Did they give you their bingo winnings too? I mean, listen, that's money. I'm not mad at you.
No, yeah. The only thing I really remember clearly about that trip is a second I get there, I go down to the bar and I give the bartender $20. He disappears. He gives me beer. He disappears for 10 minutes, and he comes back with a whole big sack of something for me for the and the drink, all for $20. And he had the glory of saying he ripped me off too. But I was set for the entire week in Jamaica, made the old ladies really happy. It was a very satisfying Jamaican experience all around, man. I'll tell you that. I got to go to the bullet holes in Bar Molly's house. It was a lot of fun. But that's not technically a trip during a conference. But Craig, why don't you tell us?
Well, hold on. Before we go to Craig, let's get the viewers involved, because I have one of our top fans, Suzanne. Although me and her, we have some issues, Suzanne. We're having a little beef, me and you, but we'll get on the same page. You know, she wants to talk Teen Titans. She wants to come at me last week. Suzanne, we're gonna have a discussion. But she explored San Fran and NOLA while out for the ICHRIE conference. If you guys know what that means, I don't, so please let me know. But she does attend all the session and zip outs in the evenings or come a day early. So she gets to explore some great cities. And the Mike McManus, he spoke at a multi-family conference in Denver, then went whitewater rafting and saw Steel Pulse at the Red Rocks on the same day.
Oh, man. Wow, that's so cool.
That's
very nice.
Cool. Craig, what about you, buddy?
You know, one that stands out was at the AHOA National out here in Long Beach a number of years ago. Not just
I remember that one.
A couple of years ago. Mike Cummings, who at the time was an industry appraiser, he and I rented a boat. He's got his captain's license. So the last day of the conference, we were taking 15 people out at a time on this sailboat, taking them for a real nice cruise around the harbor. And we there was a nice wind coming across the ocean, so we were heeled over to one side. Now, you know, I love a good practical joke. So everybody's sitting there, their eyes are getting real big, and I go, quick, run over to the other side, the boat's going to flip. So everybody went scooting over to the other side, thinking they were going to right the boat. So.
That's disturbing.
Oh, God. Thank you, Suzanne.
You are so bad. I don't know. Maybe I need to rip this in half.
No.
Don't take it out on me, Amy. Don't take his discretions out on me and Glenn.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Throw me under the bus there, David. Thank you.
Right underneath it.
David, I'm very proud of you. I mean, I couldn't be more proud.
I've learned from the best.
So speaking of concerts, I didn't go to see Steel Pulse at Red Rocks, and I got to tell you, I've never seen a show at Red Rocks, and it pisses me off. I want to see a show so badly at Red Rocks. I've seen some great shows over at Dick's Sporting Goods Arena, but it's not quite the same as Red Rocks there in Denver, Colorado. All right, so I went to a concert once. Craig, I'm sorry, I had to skip out on the lodging conference cocktail party one night because I got to go see Dave Matthews Band in Arizona, in Phoenix. That was a really fun night. That was pretty cool going to hang out and doing that. Much better than
Sarah.
What's that?
Hi, Sarah.
Yeah.
Real quick, sorry.
Hi, Sarah.
Sarah's much more interesting than me anyway, right? All right, thank you for having your drink. I really appreciate that. I have to actually go to LinkedIn now. That's why I'm having these problems over here, because I can't see everything every time on what's going on. So I'm just filling time and I forget that. Anyway, what'd you say? Red Rock's only place I was unsuccessfully scalping. Oh, I'm so sorry that you didn't successfully scalp your way in. I've never been good at scalping tickets, although my buddy Brian back in the 80s was amazing at scalping tickets. He had like a whole racket going on. And there was this one time we were still in high school, and one of the teachers is like, Brian, I need to talk to you in the hallway right now. And they go out to the hallway and he asks him for some concert tickets. The 80s were such a great time. It was so different.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but that actually, Brian and concert ticket probably plays something into something we'll talk about later. But I think, to me, the absolute best day trip I ever took was we were in Monaco for an event at a job I had prior to starting my own company. And I went with two people, one of which was the one and only magnificent Bruce Ford. And we were in Monaco, so we had breakfast in Monaco, and then got on the little train, and then stopped in a couple of towns in France and did some touring in France and had lunch in France and had some cocktails in France. Then got back on the train and took the train into Italy. And we went and did some more sightseeing, had dinner in Italy. And then we headed back to Monaco. So how cool is that to have breakfast, lunch, dinner in like 3 different countries? So I thought that was pretty freaking badass day. So that was so much fun. Oh, God.
That sounds like fun. I got to tell you, it kind of bums me a little bit, though, because when COVID happened, my husband and I, with his daughter and her husband, we all had, I had a lot of Marriott points. So we were going to stay at the La Méridien in Nice, which is right next to Morocco. Beautiful. And to watch the Grand Depart of the Tour de France. Last of 2019, summer of 2019. And trip all got canceled because of COVID. So hopefully one day we'll get to go back there again. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, that sucks. Dave, have you ever done anything fun?
No, never. I've just been sitting here I've been sitting here living vicariously through your experience.
All right, hold on. Breaking news. Red Edwards has a question. The next big hotel conference with actual attendees, May 10th through 12th. I'll be there broadcasting live, hosting panels, the Hunter Hotel Investment Conference at the Atlanta Marriott Marquis, Red. That's going to be great. It's going to be a super party. Although I'm really worried about like having to, wear real pants and stuff again and not wear my Crocs anymore. I don't know if I'm going to get used to it after a full year.
Are you still wearing your sweatpants?
Yes. I haven't taken them off since I bought them a month ago.
And you haven't had the Crocs off in a year?
No, that's not true. I took them off on Monday because I got a brand new pair. Put those on my feet. I've upgraded, so I've got a new pair now. So I'm excited about that. The other ones were so
cool.
Yeah, they're it's definitely me. Obviously, there's a green stripe on it.
I love that. Yeah, neat.
Yeah. All right, now I got to try to get it back on. All right. So Amy, your drink is damn good, and I'm out of it, and I don't know what to do now because I don't have backups.
Make another one. What to do?
I don't have backup raspberry liquor.
Would you buy a
man, I am so sorry. I've got like this entire bottle of raspberry.
Well, let's just recap. We are.
It's only like 2.5 hour train ride. Come on.
Here, Glenn, I'll give you some.
Yeah, thanks.
Ready? Here you go. Here.
All right, thank you.
Hold up your glass. There you go. Okay.
Well, then go crack a beer or something.
I know. Yeah, but then I have to leave.
Something out. I mean, I'm just sitting here with my vodka and my seltzer water because, unfortunately, again, being the loser that I am, I have to go out talking about new clothes and business clothes and get some new clothes for my new job. So
you're gonna head over to the warehouse?
What's that? No, Nordstrom Rack. I'm too cheap for that. My last job didn't pay me enough to afford Men's Warehouse, Glenn.
Oh.
So
here I thought Ed's in the background, but I thought we were getting along. I'm very hurt.
For those of you who haven't figured it out, that is my husband.
I think it's Robert. That's name is not coming through, unfortunately, in our
There he is.
There he is.
Yeah. Sorry, your name's not up there, Robert. The people over at StreamYard apologize if they knew. you know? So that's, anyone else have any good conference related event stories and stuff like that? I mean, one time I went in Vegas. I've gotten to go to like Red Rock and the Hoover Dam, which was a whole lot of fun. I've been out to like Sedona for day trips. I just really love back in the day when I would have more time to do those kinds of things. Not including this past year. I just feel like, Craig, that it's a lot more in and out. We're busy.
Right.
We don't get to do that like we used to.
You're right. You know, a few years ago, speaking of a great conference and the sidebar to the conference, an owners conference, I won't mention the brand because they're not a sponsor of the show.
Right.
And if they come on board.
And if you do want to sponsor the show, drop me a line at Glenn@novacancynews.com. That's Glenn@novacancynews.com. You might regret it, but that's okay. We'll have your money. Anyway, go on, Craig.
And they can also, if they don't want to sponsor the show, they can sponsor.
That's right. They can.
Let's not forget about that.
Oh, no. Suzanne, you broke a kneecap in Vegas at the DM conference? Oh,
oh my gosh.
Oh, God.
Ouch.
That is painful.
That's painful.
Yeah. Ooh. The worst part, it's in Vegas. I mean, I broke my jaw in Miami, but at least I wasn't in Vegas, so I didn't have to miss out on too much fun. And it turned out the stay in the hospital was much better than the conference. So in the end, I won.
They still do. Do they still have in Vegas? There was that thing where you could get a hangover, wake up, go to the IV clinic, and get your fluids back up, so you can go back out and party some more. Is that still a thing out there?
That does work.
Yeah,
I've never done it, but I know people who have.
I did. Sonesta is sponsoring. No, Carlos Flores, the CEO, told me they actually need to own a hotel on the planet first. But no, I guess we're sponsoring June, so we'll be there.
There's Thor. Hello.
Hi, Thor.
Hey, Thor.
So I'm at an owners conference, and the entertainment, the closing night was Earth, Wind, and Fire at the beach pool over at Mandalay Bay. And I got to tell you, besides just a great event, one of the best concerts I've been to as well. It was just so much fun.
Yeah. What's really amazing is how these conferences really get these great bands to play.
Yeah.
You know,
it's pretty simple how they do it. I mean, I don't think it takes a lot of.
They didn't say it was a complex thing. They just need to write a big check. But I think it's pretty cool that they do it, and then I get to go see a conference, the concert for free, which is always pretty good.
Well, maybe you, because you're getting this media, but most people are paying their way in. They're paying for those tickets.
Yeah, I used to pay for conferences. I just, go.
He just sneaks his way in now.
That's the benefit of being in the media is they actually think I'm going to help them. I've really got the wool pulled over their eyes. That's for me.
Why am I still paying?
Yeah. I don't know, Craig. You got this whole media thing going on. You should really try to get in that way.
I think I'm going to have some press passes made up for.
I know. I think so. All right, we're getting rather late. I'm thinking. Since Amy is, I don't know, off in a drunken stupor or something like that, for us to take a quick commercial break. Amy, what do you think? You think we should take a quick commercial break over here?
Sure. Okay. Sounds great.
All right, let's watch some retro commercials. We'll be right back in a minute.
Here are 10 great reasons to discover the Californias, just for the fun of it. The enchantment of San Francisco. California, here I come. The excitement of Los Angeles. Now I'm on my way to California, here I come. The wonders of San Diego. California. Discover it all on Alaska Airlines. With over 20 flights each weekday to the fun spots of California, Alaska Airlines is your airline to the Californias.
Dreaming of some real excitement? Get it at the MGM Grand Reno with a showtime at the Grand Vacation. Imagine grand accommodations for one night and Don Arden's spectacular Hello Hollywood Hello, all for just $29 per person. So for your dream vacation, call your travel agent or toll free 800-648-5080 now for MGM Reno's Showtime at the Grand. And have a roaring good time.
Grumpy Glenn.
Hold on, what's happening here?
Glenn broke the show for the third time. We are on a blackout.
What happened, dude?
So it looks like StreamYard is having a little bit of an issue right now. There we are.
We're back.
We're back. That was really scary.
StreamYard, I think this is the time where StreamYard has basically told us to get off the airwaves, get off their system. We're breaking their brand. This is not what they created this for.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, sorry, StreamYard. It sucks for you. Anyway, we'll get started on Audit. Of course, I'm Glenn with Craig and Amy. Producer Dave is here as well. Please share the show on social media. And don't forget, show some love. Sponsor us. Drop me a line, Glenn at NoVacancyNews.com. Sponsor the whole show. Sponsor the segment. I don't know. Send us some money in an unmarked envelope. We don't really care. We just want to connect with you. All right. So,
well, real quick, before we move forward, Craig, in all of his infinite wisdom, we were talking about some amazing, amazing products you can buy from where? Red Bubble. So.
That's right.
Craig has come up with an amazing, amazing new design to sell. So, without further ado, if you want to sponsor the show, you can get your very own Grumpy Glenn t-shirts.
Oh, fun.
So
now, these are all very limited editions. So you might want to get your
we're limited to nobody on earth is going to buy one of those things. So that'll be a series of 0.
I bought 5 of them already.
That's really too funny.
I'm going to send one to Anthony.
Yeah. All right. So I thought those were really cool retro ads. I think it's absolutely crazy with the lion for the Reno MGM. I'm thinking about Vegas where they used to have the lions hanging out at the gift shop and stuff like that. What the hell were we thinking back in the 1990s and stuff like that? How cruel was that to make these lions hang out at a casino and not let them gamble? So rude.
No gambling, no free booze, no food.
I got to remember I have all these sound effects, especially when I say something so stupid.
Wait, no booze, no liftoff, right, Craig?
Yeah.
That's it. No lift.
So what do you think about that California ad there, Craigers?
You know what? Brings back some good memories. You know, it's always fun going back down a path, looking at, what the state was and where it's headed to.
Yeah.
So it's always.
Do you actually remember that particular ad?
Bits and pieces of it, not a lot of it. It could be depending on where I was age-wise at the time. So,
depending on what certain substances Craig found in the California wilderness.
You beat me to it. Craig doesn't remember much of the 80s at all.
No, not much at all. I do remember that I've got an ex-wife. That's all. That's about it.
Craig, I'm with you on that. That was an interesting decade.
I mean, I don't remember much about the 80s either, to be honest. So,
I went to my first concert in the 80s, Jackson Brown.
Oh, wait.
Nice.
Hold up, everybody. Hold up. All right, what was that now?
That was very good. Jackson Brown was the first concert I ever went to.
Oh.
At Meriwether Post, which is so funny because I was living on the other side of Washington, D.C. I was born here, raised here.
Right.
So right now, where we live now in Maryland, we're only 15 minutes from Meriwether Post in Maryland.
That's awesome.
That's
I love
Columbia,
that.
Maryland. It's a really great.
Oh, yeah, Columbia. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I loved going to see shows there. I haven't been to, well, obviously none of us been to a show in a while. Ooh, Kiss at the Capitol Center. That was your first show ever there, Ed.
Nice, Ed.
Know what your first concert was. David, what was your first concert? Justin Bieber?
Well, that's why I have the haircut, no?
Great comeback, David.
The first concert I can remember going to was in my college days, so like 5 years ago. Just kidding. I'm not that young. But it was Alicia Keys was the headliner with Neo and Jordan Sparks as the opening acts. It was at the Prudential Center. And the funniest part about that is, we were broke college kids, so we didn't have the best seats in the house, put it that way. And as the show was coming to an end, on stage, the way that it was the big stage, a walkway, and like a little circle thing that she could walk out to. The little circle thing had come down, and from where we were sitting in the nosebleeds, we could see a piano there within it now, but it's underneath, so nobody else can see it.
Yeah.
Everyone starts leaving. Half the arena empties, and I'm like, no, let's just stay here. I'm pretty sure she's coming back out. Sure enough, like 10 minutes later, after about 25-30% of the people had left, here comes up the piano. Here comes out Alicia. And we had about another 30 minutes of concert with her just singing by herself.
Wow.
That at least 30% of the arena missed.
That's hysterical.
Wow.
And
That's
one of the people I was with was trying to beat the traffic. She ran away. I was like, all right, let her go. Bye.
Yep.
And see you later. She calls, like, where are you? I was like, I'm at the seat.
I think the worst thing ever is having to leave before the concert is over, or leave.
Yeah.
Think the concert is over. I stay until they throw on the house lights. Always.
Yeah.
I don't care if
You have to.
Now, I'm just going to say before, go ahead, Glenn. I want you to put that one up, because if I was going to say if there was any concert that was representative of my father's age group, it is the Fleetwood Mac with Men at Work. So,
You saw Fleetwood Mac?
I did not. I wasn't born yet.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
No, my
Saw
father's
a video.
my father's a big fan of both. I was not born yet, so like I said, I don't remember too much of the '80s either.
Yeah, but
Now,
that's really not nice.
Suzanne, Celine Dion at Madison. Or I'm not sure. Suzanne, are you talking about Madison Square Garden or the TD Garden? I'm not sure now. Which garden is it?
Ooh,
Good
One's
question.
a lot better than the other, Suzanne.
Boston Garden. That's what I'm thinking. Back before all the stadiums sold out for naming rights. Red, you haven't been to a concert? Really? Oh, you.
Wow.
I know.
Well, we're actually planning
Crazy.
the No Vacancy Live stand-up show where Glenn and Anthony are going to go on the road together and just talk nonsense to each other. So, Red, first row, front row tickets on me to that event when we get that taken care of.
We're really hoping to fill up the car with people, because that's about the only crowd that we're going to get. Yeah, nailed it, Boston Garden, baby.
Boston Garden.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
Suzanne
man,
does
I
work
was-
at Boston University. You really narrowed that one down, Glenn. Thanks.
Oh,
I was at the 12th row on the floor at a Justin Timberlake concert. You talk about just crazy. That was so much fun.
Wow. Whoa,
Nice.
she's been to over 20 Steely Dan concerts. Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Suzanne, you must have been to some of those where they have several nights in a row where they play different albums and stuff like that. Mike, yes, you better heckle the show. Otherwise, there's going to be no quality entertainment. So at least we'll have you. Say something. That's excellent. So my first concert, Madison Square Garden, I think it was 1978 or something like that. So I was like 8, 9 years old at that time. Maybe it was 1979 or something like that. But it was Sister Sledge. You remember that song? We are family. Right. Oh, God, all my sisters and me. Opening up for the one and only Village People. That's right. My first concert ever, Village People. And then like 10 years later, it was like, oh, they were gay. Oh, I had no idea. They're up there singing the YMCA, the In the Navy, the Macho Man, and little innocent old me had no idea about what they were really.
Just enjoy the music. Nothing wrong with just enjoy the music.
It was great. I mean, the disco era is coming around right now, so I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really good about that, and it's really cool that was my my first concert that I ever went to. They also took me to see a John Denver concert, which is pretty cool. That's awesome. A week-long rock concert cruise. Aaron, was it one of those specialty cruises where they like have a lot of different bands playing under a certain theme? I'd really love to know that. So what is the first concert that you guys went to, like without your parents, for example? Is it different? You know?
Oh, I've never been to a concert with my parents.
Okay. Yeah, my parents took me to see that one. Craig, what about you?
My first conference without my parents was on the
First conference.
polar opposite of yours.
Mm-hmm.
The opening act was Paul Butterfield with Maria Muldaur. It wasn't the Paul Butterfield Blues Band. It was just Paul Butterfield.
Mm-hmm.
And they opened up for the Grateful Dead. And I was at the Hollywood Bowl all day, and there's nothing in the world like a Grateful Dead.
You saw a Dead concert? Oh my gosh, that's just so iconic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Went to a few of them, actually.
Yeah. Oh.
That was the standard that was set for me, that they were all day events. And, they went into the, out here at the time, I think you could play at the Hollywood Bowl in the Greek Theater till midnight. After that, they had to shut it down.
That's crazy.
Noise abatement.
Cool.
It was great.
A prog rock themed cruise from Miami to the Bahamas featuring John Anderson from Yes. That's really awesome.
Nice.
In summer of 19, I went to go see the Fish shows in Denver at the aforementioned Dick's Sporting Goods Arena. It was 3 nights. And then for the 4th night, we went to go see Yes play at some little out-of-the-way place, and there must have only been like 2,000 people in this outdoor venue. It was so cool to see Yes again. I'd seen Yes back in the 1990s at the Jones Beach Amphitheater, and it was the hottest, stickiest, sweatiest night of my entire life. You couldn't even enjoy that particular concert. The first concert I ever went to without mom and dad, I'm happy to report, it was Duran Duran during their 7 in the Ragged Tiger tour in 1984. And
there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I was so excited. Little 13-year-old Glenn, and got myself a black satin jacket with the Tiger logo thing on the back. I was so badass strutting around.
That's awesome.
Little satin jacket until I went to our local amusement park, Adventureland, and we were riding the little train, and my buddies jumped off the train while it was moving. It was going like 5 miles an hour or whatever it was. No big deal, but me. So I jumped off, immediately went rolling, and scuffed up the entire satin jacket. Oh, very pretty satin jacket. It was very, very, very sad. Ooh, Mike McManus really. Oh, you saw Fishbone. Oh my God, Fishbone was so freaking awesome. Hey, Ma and Pa, what the hell is wrong with y'all? That's such a great band. Go check them out. Chili Peppers' last tour was awesome. It was also awesomely insane. But Craig, first Grateful Dead concert I ever went to was 1986, and I got a great T-shirt still from that. I can't wear it anymore because it's intact, but I still have it in my closet. It was Grateful Dead in spring training, and the catcher was like Jerry Garcia, so missing a little bone on his finger, right? And stuff like that. It's pretty cool. So my cousin takes me to this Grateful Dead show, and he's like 13 years older than me. I'm 15, 16 at the time. And we get to the seats. We sit down, and immediately, guys got to go to the bathroom. I'm like, what the fuck? We just got here. He's got to go to the bathroom. 2 songs in, he's got to go to the bathroom again. I'm like, what the fuck? Why does he keep going to the bathroom? What's going on? Then, about 5 years later, I'm at a Grateful Dead show, and I'm like, oh, now I get what he was doing, and I just passed the joint to him. So,
oh man,
oh, that's great. That's great.
That's fun.
Yeah. Oh man, the Grateful Dead back in the 80s and early 90s was really terrific. But that last tour, summer of '95, was really, really sketchy. I don't know if anybody out there saw that, but I mean, they had Jerry reading off teleprompters and stuff like that with some of the songs. It was a complete mess. But some of those shows were so super, super awesome back in the day.
Two of my favorite concerts, and it's just hard to say which one is the favorite. The first one was Prince at his Purple Rain concert. Oh my God, that was so amazing. And then it was in the 90s, and I can't remember the main album, but it was a Bruce Springsteen concert. And you talk about an event. I mean, I know Grateful Dead goes all day, but how that man can do what he does for 4 hours on stage was just, it was so entertaining. I loved it.
Yeah, I've never seen Springsteen live. It's really
it's so energetic.
It really.
Saw him in Vegas a few years ago. Great show.
Yeah. He puts on a good show.
Yeah, one of the reasons why I love going to the Fish show so much is they'll play for an hour and a half, then they'll take 45 minutes off, and then come and play for another hour and a half, 2 hours. you know, so it's a real full night. We went to a great Halloween show in Vegas 6-7 years ago, and they played 3 sets that night because it was Halloween, and they ended at like 2 a.m. It was so much fun. Yes, Terry, I'm out of whatever I was drinking, which is very sad. But as soon as we wrap the show in a few minutes, I will be helping myself to some more. French Kiss, if anyone wants to make a French Kiss Martini, you got that absolute raspberry, you got that Chambord, and, of course, you got the pineapple juice as well. It's a great, great tasty cocktail. Matt, oops, sorry. I screwed you up there, Dave. You were trying to.
Sure did.
Yep. When Fish canceled their summer tour last summer, they're like, you could get a refund or you could hold them to 2021. So I'm all set for my shows in August.
There you go.
You know? Oh, Rhodey.
Oh, he was?
Very nice, Ed.
Oh my gosh.
And look, Amy just learned something about her family.
Yeah.
How about that? Well, and his little brother also, was it an Emmy, right?
This is great.
Yeah. Oh, that was Chris that did the fish. It was Scott that won the Emmy. Okay. All right. I'm learning.
Yeah.
Too many damn brothers.
Scott won
You
an
got so many
Emmy.
brothers.
Chris was a roadie for Fish.
Oh, got it. Yeah. The evil gnome.
So Ed, can you get Glenn some
Evil.
backstage passes?
Yeah, probably not. Yeah. Ed, we need backstage passes over here or just some good access or something like that. Oh, my God.
Best access to a concert that I was at. For everybody that was at Click last year, you know who 6 Degrees is. So we had a retail venture called the Hollywood Hat Lounge, and we sold everything but baseball hats. Slash was buying his top hats from our Hollywood store. Mick Fleetwood was buying hats at our Huntington Beach store, and we were the exclusive distributor for Carlos Santana's hats.
Oh, man. Love that.
And he was in residence at the old Hard Rock, now Virgin Hotel.
You also had a residence over at the Rio and then over at Mandalay too, right? He plays there all the time, and he's never there when I'm there. It's so freaking frustrating.
Oh, I got to tell you, Santana puts on one of the best shows.
I know. I'm dying.
That's why I'm so excited to get back over to the Virgin Hotel, and hopefully he's going to be doing a residency there again.
That's great.
Talking to Glenn, our friend Ali Hope, that concert venue is pretty much still intact. They made some upgrades to the sound systems, obviously, but that's a beautiful
especially venue. those private boxes. It's a great place to see the show. And last week I mentioned that venue, and it was Imagine Dragons I'd seen. For all of you out there that were
love Imagine Dragons
to know what show that was. I finally remembered it. All right, any more quick concert stories does anybody have before we wrap up this bad boy? All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to the best segment of the show, the one you've all been waiting for out there. Amy, time for the Plug-a-Palooza. Give us what you got.
All right. So
no way, Doreen.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay. So I'm the National Director of Business Development for Humphrey Rich Construction Group. We're headquartered here in Columbia, Maryland.
Did I
say was?
No, I'm saying that because after this show,
Don't make me drink again. Anyway. Anyway, so we're headquartered in Columbia, Maryland, which is halfway between DC and Baltimore. We are national, so we do work all over the country. We are a general contractor, but we're rooted in hospitality. We love hospitality. Renovations is our gig. So it doesn't matter if it's a 100-room hotel or a JW Marriott with 1,000 rooms, if the building was built in the 1800s, or if it just needs a PIP after 7 years. We cover the entire gamut of the whole building. So we love to work on projects all around the country. And,
awesome.
I guess that's it, right?
Yep. David, what about you? You got anything new or interesting happening in your life that you tell us about?
Absolutely not. But plugging the fact that, still make sure you guys are tuning into No Vacancy Live Monday through Thursday. While I will not be at the show every day at noon. I'm still going to be scheduling and doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff and watching and making sure that Glenn is staying on task. So I know. But definitely make sure you guys check it out. I will be. And, of course, be my guest. Another great episode coming out on Tuesday. We just had our episode with Christine Trippi out last week, so a lot of high energy there. So make sure you check that one out. And then, of course, Friday Night Audit. Me and my friends just having some fun.
Right. And just to clear it up, David did not get fired. He's leaving voluntarily to get a full-time job because the advertising community doesn't give us enough money yet to support him full-time. But he will still be producing the show. He just won't be on the air switching it every single day.
David is a rock star. You are.
Much so.
He is.
Hey.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you, Amy.
Number one fan.
Right back at you. Craig, after you were being so disrespectful before, now that number one fan sign has come up to me, she's taken away from you.
I guess, gosh.
All right, Brother Craig, what's going on with you?
You all are my big fans. Love you all.
Everything's great. I want to thank Glenn and all the attendees and sponsors and speakers for Click Virtual. Amy was there as well.
Great.
David was there. It was a great virtual event. We're getting everything dialed in for Click 5 live and in person on October 5th. Getting ready to start filming Click Connect, my interview show, and I am back on Click Podcast, recording a first episode of the season with our good friend Mr. Bruce Ford from Lodging Econometrics. And I want to thank Amy for being on our show tonight and being our number one fan. Thank you very much. And where can you get Friday Night Audit merch?
Redbubble, of course.
Redbubble.
There you go. Redbubble.
That's right, because that's what you need in your life is us. Yeah. All right. So, hey,
yes. Teen Titans go all the way.
I got this little book out that I contributed to with my friend CEO Sean Worker over there. Please go to Amazon.com, leave a 5-star review, show us a little love. We would really appreciate it. Of course, watch No Vacancy Live at Monday through Thursday at noon. Please continue and share to watch this show. I want to thank all of you for making it possible for us to be stupid and have fun and give us a reason to be here every single Friday night. We couldn't do it without you. I love that you're all participating. I love that you're all sharing your stories, and we can't wait to come back here next week. And maybe we'll finally get somebody in here that could entertain us better than Dave can. So we'll see what happens.
Won't be too hard to do that.
Yeah. Oh,
but just want to be clear again that Dave will still continue to be on the show. He just may be doing it in his office from this point forward, and therefore it'll be interesting to see how he's going to try to be corporate while also trying to do this sort of a thing. So that'll be great.
I mean, I had to be corporate the entire time, but I will, probably not be partaking in the extracurricular activities that all you degenerates have been doing the last hour.
And we'll continue to do
Wait a minute.
in the future. Uh-oh.
Yeah, don't insult our number one fan.
I wasn't putting Amy. I wasn't putting Amy in that. Oh man.
No.
No, Craig and I are plenty degenerates for everybody.
We are.
I think. All right, everybody. Again, please share the show. Let everybody know that every Friday night, it's a new Friday Night Audit. We really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next week. Until then, drink up, be merry, and enjoy your lives.
Cheers.
Aloha.
Hasta luego.